I bet you didn't know there are some pretty wild theories about why we haven't contacted aliens yet. We look up at the stars and we wonder, are we alone? It's a question that's haunted us since we first looked up and realized there's something bigger than ourselves. We've been searching for signals, for signs of life out there, but so far, nothing. Silence. It's actually pretty eerie when you really think about it. Makes you wonder, why haven't we heard anything? Why haven't they reached out? Well, there are some theories out there, some pretty wild ones. Some say they're watching us, studying us, like animals in a zoo. Others say we're just too primitive, not ready for the galactic party. And then there's the really trippy stuff. The kind of stuff that makes you question everything you thought you knew about reality itself. We're going to dive deep into those theories. We're going to explore the possibilities, no matter how strange, how unsettling. So buckle up, because things are about to get weird. So, imagine this. We're not alone. In fact, we're surrounded by advanced alien civilizations, but they're watching us from afar, like we watch monkeys at the zoo. It's a wild thought, right? That's the zoo hypothesis. Basically, it says that aliens are aware of us, they know we're here, but they're choosing not to interfere. Why? Well, that's the big question, isn't it? Maybe they're studying us, trying to understand our behavior, our culture. Maybe they're waiting for us to evolve, to reach a certain level of technological or social advancement before they make contact. Or maybe, just maybe, they're protecting us from something out there, something we're not ready to face. It's like, imagine you stumble across an anthill in the woods. You wouldn't just go stomping all over it, would you? You might watch for a bit, see what the ants are up to. Maybe you'd even drop a crumb or two, just to see what happens. But you wouldn't necessarily want to interfere with their little ant world, right? That's kind of the idea behind the zoo hypothesis. We're the ants, and the aliens are the curious observers. It's a humbling thought for sure, but it's also kind of terrifying. To think that we're being watched, studied, maybe even judged by beings far more advanced than ourselves. It's enough to make your skin crawl. But here's the thing. There's no real evidence to support the zoo hypothesis. It's just a theory, a thought experiment, really. But it's a compelling one, don't you think? It makes you wonder, what if? What if we're not as alone as we think we are? What if someone or something is watching us right now? The idea that we might be under constant surveillance by an advanced civilization is both fascinating and unnerving. Throughout history, humans have always looked to the stars, wondering if we are alone. Scientists and researchers have dedicated their lives to finding answers to these profound questions. Programs like SETI, the search for extraterrestrial intelligence, have been scanning the cosmos for signs of alien life. They listen for signals, hoping to catch a whisper from another world. The math and science behind these efforts are incredibly complex, but the goal is simple: to find out if we are truly alone. Every time we look through a telescope, we are peering into the unknown, hoping to find a connection. The vastness of space fills us with wonder and curiosity. It makes us question our place in the universe and the possibility of other intelligent beings out there. As we continue to advance technologically, the likelihood of making contact with extraterrestrial life increases. Perhaps one day, we will send a message that will be answered. And when that day comes, it will change everything we know about our place in the cosmos. Until then, we can only speculate and continue our search, driven by the hope that we are not alone. So the next time you look up at the night sky, remember, we might just be part of a much larger cosmic zoo. All right. So let's say there are aliens out there, right? I mean, with the vastness of the universe, it's hard to believe we're the only ones here. Billions of stars, billions of galaxies. Statistically speaking, it's gotta be true. The numbers are just too overwhelming to ignore. But what if we're just too primitive to even comprehend them, let alone communicate with them? Imagine the gap between our understanding and theirs. That's the idea behind the Great Silence. It's not that they're not out there. It's that we might be too rudimentary to notice their presence. It's like, imagine trying to explain the internet to a caveman. The concept would be so foreign, so beyond their comprehension. They wouldn't even know where to begin, right? The tools and knowledge required would be completely alien to them. That's us. We're the cavemen. In the grand scheme of the universe, we're still in our infancy. We're still figuring out how to use fire, metaphorically speaking. Our technological advancements, while impressive to us, might be laughably basic to an advanced civilization. We're sending out radio waves and hoping for the best, but what if our technology is just too basic? What if our signals are like smoke signals in a digital age? What if alien civilizations are communicating in ways we can't even imagine? Methods so advanced that our current science fiction can't even begin to describe them. Think about how much technology has advanced in just the last 100 years. From the invention of the telephone to the internet, the pace of change is staggering. We went from horses and buggies to landing on the moon. In just a few generations, we've made leaps that would have seemed impossible to our ancestors. Now imagine a civilization that's thousands, millions of years ahead of us. Their advancements would be beyond our wildest dreams. Their technology would be indistinguishable from magic. Arthur C. Clarke once said, "Any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic." We wouldn't even be able to recognize it, let alone understand it. It would be like trying to decode an alien language with no point of reference. So maybe, just maybe, the reason we haven't heard from aliens is because they're way, way beyond us. Their methods of communication might be so advanced that we're not even aware of them. They're having conversations on a whole other level, and we're just sitting here, grunting and pointing at shiny objects. Our attempts to reach out might seem laughably primitive to them. It's a humbling thought, right? To think that in the grand cosmic scale, we're just at the beginning of our journey. To think that we're just a bunch of cosmic newbies, stumbling around in the dark. We're like children taking our first steps in a vast, unknown world. But hey, at least we're trying, right? Our curiosity and drive to explore are what push us forward. We're putting ourselves out there, sending out our little signals into the void. Each signal is a testament to our desire to connect, to understand. Maybe one day, someone will hear us. Maybe one day, we'll make contact and bridge that vast cosmic gap. Or maybe, we'll evolve enough to finally understand the signals that are already out there. The universe is vast and full of possibilities, and our journey is just beginning. Chapter 3. The Simulation Hypothesis. Is this all real? All right, strap in, because this one's a real doozy. We're about to dive into one of the most mind-bending theories out there. What if I told you that everything you see, everything you feel, everything you think you know about reality is fake? Imagine for a moment that your entire existence is nothing more than a sophisticated illusion. What if we're all just living in a giant computer simulation, created by some super-advanced alien civilization? A civilization so advanced that their technology is indistinguishable from magic to us. Sounds crazy, right? Like something out of the Matrix. But hear me out. This isn't just science fiction. It's a hypothesis that some serious scientists are actually considering. There's this physicist, James Gates, and he's a smart dude. Like really smart. He's been studying the fundamental nature of reality and has come across some startling findings. And he found these weird patterns in the fabric of the universe. These mathematical equations that look a lot like computer code. Not just any code, but error-correcting codes. The kind used in computer software to ensure data integrity. Like the kind of code that makes your phone work. These codes are embedded in the equations that describe the universe itself. And it made him wonder, what if our universe isn't actually real? What if it's a construct, a digital simulation designed to mimic reality so perfectly that we can't tell the difference? What if it's all just information, ones and zeros, arranged in a way that creates the illusion of reality? Every atom, every particle, every interaction could be part of a grand computational design. And if that's true, then who created the simulation? And why? Are they studying us? Are we part of some grand experiment or simulation game for their amusement? Are we just entertainment for them? Or perhaps we're a historical simulation, a way for them to understand their own past. Or is there some other purpose we can't even begin to comprehend? Maybe we're a simulation within a simulation, layers upon layers of virtual realities. It's enough to make your head spin. The implications are staggering and can leave you questioning the very nature of existence. Now I know what you're thinking. This is nuts, right? It sounds like the plot of a sci-fi novel, but it's a legitimate scientific inquiry. But here's the thing. We can't actually disprove it. Think about it. If our reality is a simulation, then everything we know and experience is part of that simulation. If we're living in a simulation, then the rules of that simulation are the only rules we know. Our physics, our chemistry, our biology, all could be programmed parameters. We wouldn't be able to see beyond the code, beyond the illusion. Our senses and instruments are all part of the simulation, designed to keep us from discovering the truth. So maybe, just maybe, the reason we haven't contacted aliens is because there aren't any. At least not in the way we think of them. Not in the way we think of them, anyway. The real aliens might be the ones who created the simulation, existing outside our perceived reality. Maybe the only aliens out there are the ones who created the simulation in the first place. They could be observing us, studying us, or even interacting with us in ways we can't comprehend. And if that's the case, then the possibilities are truly endless. The universe, as we know it, could be just one of countless simulations, each with its own set of rules and realities. So, there you have it. 3 mind-blowing theories about why we haven't contacted aliens yet. Are we being watched like animals in a zoo? Are we too primitive to even understand the signals that are out there? Or are we all just living in a giant computer simulation? We don't have the answers, but it's fun to speculate, right? What do you think? Which theory freaks you out the most? Let me know in the comments below. Let's get a conversation going. Because the universe is a big, strange place, and we're all just trying to figure it out. And hey, if it turns out we are living in a simulation, I hope the graphics get an upgrade soon. This resolution is starting to bum me out.